Jessica Smith with the Canadian Press. Federal protocol says that there would be a public announcement from the Election Interference Task Force if they determined that an incident or an accumulation of incidents threatened Canada's ability to have a free and fair election. No such announcement was made, but now we're learning more details about those threats in bits and pieces. Why can't the task force share what they learned and why they came to this conclusion? And why should Canadians trust you when you say this interference didn't influence the outcome?
I think taking a step back, let's understand that this is an extraordinarily serious issue. The issue of the integrity of our elections, the integrity of our democracies, is something that all democracies around the world are struggling with right now because we are seeing systematic attempts at interference by countries like China and Russia and others who want to destabilize democracies, who want to undermine people's confidence in their institutions, who want to sow chaos in people's confidence in their democracies. So this is something that needs to be taken very seriously, as we have. Back in 2019, looking at what was happening around the world, this government took action and created an independent, nonpartisan panel of top public servants informed directly by all the intelligence agencies working on this issue to be able to ensure and to reassure Canadians that the integrity of our elections held. This doesn't mean there hasn't been interference. Of course, we have talked openly for many, many years about the real threat of interference and attempts by interference that countries like China continually do within our democracies. And we have continually increased not just that tool, but other tools that our security agencies have to follow up on that. So Canadians can and should continue to have faith in their institutions around this. And they need to know that everyone is taking this seriously. What is not serious is putting a partisan spin on this, is playing political games to try and get partisan advantage out of undermining people's confidence in our institutions. It's not a partisan issue. This is an issue where foreign countries are trying to undermine people's confidence in our democracies and destabilize those democracies. And when we lean in on partisanship around this, we're actually helping them in doing their work of sowing confusion and mistrust. Canadians can and should have trust and confidence in their institutions, regardless of how they feel about whichever political party happens to be in power. And that is the serious work that all parliamentarians need to do together. And I'm very pleased that there's going to be a parliamentary committee leaning in further on this subject and talking to top experts so that all parliamentarians and all Canadians can see that this is an issue that we are taking very seriously and that everyone must take seriously.
Liberal MP Jennifer O'Connell called questions about these details Trump-style politics. Do you think questions Canadians have about this issue are illegitimate?
No, I think everyone should be worried about the fact that countries like China and Russia and others are continually trying to spread misinformation and disinformation, trying to interfere in our elections, unsuccessfully so far, according to the top public servant experts, according to our intelligence agencies' official reports. But it is something that we should all be alert to. I think where we should be careful as responsible leaders and in dealing with this seriously is to not fall into some of the political partisan traps that are out there right now. It's not about one party versus another. The foreign governments and foreign actors are trying to undermine people's confidence in democracy itself and amplifying and giving partisan reasons to mistrust the outcome of an election, mistrust the experts at Elections Canada and in our security services and our top public servants who are saying that the election integrity held. That's something that we've seen from elsewhere is not a good path to go down for society or for democracy.